So, Stream sollte jetzt starten. Erstmal hallo, herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Runde Let's Play Steins Gate. Für die, die es später im WOD sehen. Und mal schauen, ob irgendjemand gleich live zusieht. Jedenfalls, was wollte ich sagen? Ach ja, letztes Mal haben wir rausgefunden, was es mit FB auf sich hatte. Oder besser, wer hinter diesem Namen steckte. Tennoji, wer hätte es erwartet? Und ja, der Kerl hat sich dann vor unseren Augen die Kugel gegeben. Nicht so unbedingt die schönste Sache, die passieren kann, wenn man mal ehrlich ist, aber immerhin, so kommen wir an das Handy von ihm und können jetzt eigentlich eine Nachricht schicken. Aber ja, wie gesagt, wir fangen mal an. So, the manager was FB. Übrigens sollte man kurz schauen, Stimmaufnahme ist da, perfekt. Das muss ich vorher eigentlich immer nachgucken. First we take Moeka back to her apartment. There I explained to Kurisu what happened. Moeka didn't say a word on the way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. Ja gut, Moeka ist wahrscheinlich tierisch fertig nach der Nummer. Aber wer will es ihr verdenken? Wenn man es mal ganz genau nimmt. Ja. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tennoji's, FB's, confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tennoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated, no exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Moeka killed?
No. Moeka.
Hey, Moeka.
もしかしたら FB はお前を生かそうとしたのかもしれない。
It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live.
あの人はお前を見捨てたんじゃなくて
Maybe he didn't abandon you.
突き放して生かそうとしたのか。
Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe. This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tennoji did care for her, that there was a place for Moeka somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Moeka? Maybe I'm just soft.
Okabe, 今すぐ D メールを送るべきよ。
Okabe, we need to send the D-mail now. Kurisu's expression is grave.
今を逃すといろいろ面倒なことに巻き込まれるかもしれないから。
Miss this chance and you could be in a lot of trouble. Kurisu had the same thought as me.
あんたの目的はマユリを救うことであって、セルンへの復讐じゃないでしょ。
Your goal is to save Mayuri. Blah, verdammt. Your goal is to save Mayuri, not take revenge on CERN, right?
私たちが作ったタイムリープマシンのせいで犠牲が出るのは気持ちのいいことじゃない。
I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the machine we built.
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, you're right. FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tennoji will still be alive. Moeka will still be in contact with FB. And at last, the IBN 5100 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri, and all will be well.
ダルはもうラボに来ていると思うか。
Do you think Daru is still in the lab?
電話してみる。
I'll try calling. I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moeka's phone. Only this time it will be from FB's phone. When Moeka sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. It makes me sick to be taking advantage of Moeka's vulnerabilities like this. How am I any different from FB?
あと5分くらいでラボに着くって。
He said he'll be there in 5 minutes. So we just wait until then.
ねえ、さっき店長の家でのことだけど。
By the way, something weird happened back there. After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Moeka and lowers her voice.
私、外で見張ってて、銃声が聞こえて。
While I was waiting outside, I heard a gunshot.
その直後ぐらいに、あの子の姿見た。
And right after that, I saw her.
あの子。
Her? Who? I ask, even though I already know the answer. There's only one person it could be.
ナエちゃん。
Nae, yep.
家の裏口から走り去っていった。
She ran out the back door.
呼び止めようとしたら目があったわ。
When I called her to stop, our eyes met. Kurisu bites her lip, as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nae saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. What? There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Moeka, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing's too perfect. Today, Kiryu Moeka dies. This world line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? Moeka reaches for the doorknob. Wait, don't! I try to stop her. But too late. Moeka is already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly. And there stands... Hi! An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? Why did she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot. Nae steps up to Moeka. Moeka's body blocks my view. The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. An innocent laugh. Hands dyed with blood. A cleaver in her hand. No way. Yes, way. Nae's lips twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nae? I won't forgive you. The venom in her voice chills me to the bone. Daddy died because of you. I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own 2 hands. Kurisu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle. My heart skips a beat. I feel like someone just walked over my grave. I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror. Naya tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing at all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. What about Moeka? Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Naya stabbed her. Calm down! Kurisu yells for me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone. Check on Kiryu-san. I'll call an ambulance. No, wait, before that. Maybe you should just send the D-mail. Even now, Kurisu is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she's right. Once I send the D-mail, this word line will be undone. I know that, but still I run to Moeka's side. When I lift her up in my arms, I see that her chest is already covered in blood. She's my enemy. Hang in there! She killed Mairi. Can you hear me? Moeka! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet, I can't help but call her name. Because in a sense, she is a victim too. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips. I killed someone. Precious to you. Yes, you did. Countless times. Not in this world line, but on others. This is my punishment. The will of fate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength. I had nothing except FB. The only place I belonged. I would kill to protect it. You're right to hate me. I'm sorry. I forgive you. The words come to my lips unbidden. But as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill Mairi on this world line. Even if she could, it would not happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet, even now, she says, I'm sorry. How can I not answer her? I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moeka will not cure Nai's hate. Neither will Moeka's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. But still, I remember what Kurisu said. My goal is to save Mairi, not avenge her. So here and now, I forgive you. The anguish seems to fade from Moeka's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moeka's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She is no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moeka to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands. Kurisu calls to me in a weak voice. I think you should send the email. Everything's ready at the lab. Yeah. Moeka and FB are gone, but Mairi's fate remains unchanged. The universe still demands her death. Hey, Christina. When I sent the D-mail and changed divergence, do you think Moeka's fate will change? Based on the attractive field model you spoke of? She'll be more likely to live if divergence exceeds 1%. Sorry, I wish I knew what to say. Don't worry about it. I stand up. Moeka's blood clings to my hands. It won't come off, even when I wipe it with a tissue. I stop trying and take out FB's phone. I nod to Kurisu. She calls Daru and tells him to activate the phone wave, name subject to change. I take one last look at Moeka's body lying there. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. At the beginning of all this, Moeka killed Mairi. But now Moeka lies dead while Mairi still lives. All because I changed the past. Moeka, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. Übrigens, jetzt, ihr seht die ganze Zeit dieses Symbol. Es ist jetzt wichtig, dass ich tatsächlich das nicht mache, nicht sofort. Wir kommen zwar immer noch weiter, was die Enden angeht, aber wir werden noch etwas Zusätzliches sehen. I am responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nai. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the D-mail now, this wordline will be undone. Nai's twisted fate will be corrected. There's no point in worrying about it. I should just think about Mairi. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Of course it is. Send the D-mail. That's all I need to do. Why won't my fingers move? I already know what I need to do, and yet... Wasn't there something strange about that girl?
ちゃんのこと？
That girl? You mean Nae-chan? I nod.
まるで別人みたいだった。
She was like a different person.
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ？
What did she mean she'll kill me in 15 years? It bothers me. Does she know something? What was she implying?
岡部、気にすることない？
Don't worry about it, Okabe.
D メールを今すぐ送って。それで何もかも解決よ。
Send the email right now. That'll solve everything. I put FB's phone in my pocket.
見なかったことにはできない。
I can't pretend I didn't see that. Nae's crime is partly my responsibility. And I need to know what she meant when she promised to kill me 15 years from now.
タイムリープする。ラボに戻ろう。
I'm time leaping. Back to the lab. Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it.
というか、敵って。
Our enemy, but... Kurisu glances at Moeka, then whispers into my ear.
彼女は敵じゃないの？
Isn't she our enemy?
今は朝の7時前だな。
It's about 7 a.m., right?
は？そうだけど、何よ、いきなり。
Well, yeah, but where did that question come from? After time leaping 4 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. This is right after Moeka and I met up with Kurisu after returning from Narita Airport. After this comes the Tennoji residence. Moeka is standing a few meters away, kicking the dirt in boredom. Moeka was dead just a few minutes ago, but now she's perfectly fine. I feel no surprise. I suppose I've grown accustomed to this particular facet of time travel. After all, I've seen Mari come back to life countless times already. There's one other thing experience has taught me. Today, Moeka and Tennoji will die, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I know it's cruel, but I didn't come back here to save them. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nae. We arrive in front of Tennoji's house, just like we did before I time leaped. But this time I wait outside with Kurisu. Moeka enters alone, expressionless as ever. While we wait outside, I tell Kurisu what's about to happen. I also tell her to wait a little while after she hears the gunshot, then go inside and take Tennoji's phone. It feels like an eternity passes in silence. And then... Kurisu gasps. Her body goes stiff. There really was a gunshot. I immediately look around. Just as Kurisu told me, I see a girl come out of the window. She walks away quickly, but at the same time taking care not to make a sound. That's not how a child acts after witnessing her father's death. Wait! Naya looks over her shoulder. She spears me with eyes full of hatred. That alone is enough to make me shiver. It's pitiful, but a tiny little girl is making me nervous. Something is very wrong here. This Naya is like a completely different person. I want to know her true identity. That's why I time leaped instead of sending the D-mail. Naya is still running, ignoring my calls to stop. I run after her. Out of shape though I may be, I'm still more than a match for a 12-year-old girl. The distance between us quickly shortens. Naya keeps running, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth in a very unchildlike manner. Normally, a child being chased by a man will cry and scream things like, "Stay away!" or "Help!" But this girl says nothing. The only sound is her heavy breathing. Stop! I call out to her once more when she's nearly in arm's reach. Unexpectedly, Nai slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. Looks like she's realized she can't get away. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit. We're alone. Kurisu and Moeka must still be at the house, and the streets are empty thanks to the Obon holidays. Perfect. I was afraid someone might report me as a child molester. Now I can get what I need to know out of this strange girl who looks like Nai. I call out to her as I catch my breath. Are you really Tennoji Nai? Nai glares at me as she catches her breath. You plan to kill Kiryu Moeka after this, don't you? That's right. She punctuates her nonchalant reply with a cruel smile. That is not the face of a child. Revenge for your father? You and Kiryu Moeka killed Daddy. Your dad killed himself. He blew his own brains out. He would have done it even if we hadn't been here. It's not our fault. I don't care. What? Kiryu Moeka was there when Daddy died, but she didn't stop him. I won't forgive her. Nor you, Okabe Rintaro. You weren't there, but Daddy wouldn't have died if you hadn't gotten involved. Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100? How the hell was I supposed to know? But I won't kill you now. I can't. The tiny little girl, barely half my height, looks up at me with a smile that chills my blood. I'll kill you in 15 years. Keep living in fear until then. I get on my knees and grab Nai by the shoulders. I hold back my terror and meet her stare for stare. And yet this girl doesn't even flinch. Who are you? She isn't Tennoji Nai. What do you mean you'll kill me in 15 years? Exactly what it sounds like. 15 years from now, I killed you. Killed? Why is she using past tense? Naya laughs once, a harsh and mocking sound. Then she leans in and whispers, You still don't get it? Just now you asked who I am. I am Tennoji Nai, no doubt about that. But I remember the next 15 years. No. Did she... Time leap? Nai suddenly whips out a knife, catching me completely off guard. Naya drives the knife into the elbow of my right arm, which was grabbing her shoulder. Blood sprays onto Naya's face, but she doesn't even blink. Instead, she laughs. Just like she laughed when she killed Moika. Damn it! The intense pain brings me to my knees. For a moment I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. This world line won't accept that. It's just like Naya said herself. It's not that she won't kill me, she can't. If she tried, something would surely interfere. Wanna hear how I killed you? In the future, you were one of the founders of the resistance against CERN. But I captured you and imprisoned you and tortured you every which way I could think of. You cried and screamed and begged for your life, all while covered in piss and shit. Moment, ich muss mich kurz muten. Sorry, war gerade eine blöde Unterbrechung, aber ging gerade nicht anders. Ja, dramatische Szene. Weiter. You were one sorry sight, Okabe Rintaro. After I ran out of things to do, I finally slit your throat, and then I stabbed you, over and over and over again, so many times I don't even remember. That's how your life is going to end. That's your punishment for murdering Daddy. Naya grabs my arm and digs her tiny fingers into the wound. My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm, but throughout my entire body. The pain forces the air out of my lungs in a blood-curdling scream. I can't shake off Naya's hands. I can't even move a finger against the pain. CERN confiscated your time leap machine. They kept it locked away for 15 years, until I came for it. After I became a rounder and killed you, I used that machine to come all the way back here. It was hard, let me tell you. That piece of shit can't leap more than 48 hours at a time. To travel 15 years in 48-hour increments would take... Damn, I can't calculate through the pain. 2,738 leaps. I messed up a few times though, so it was really more like twice that. At least. I kinda lost count after a while. Now I get it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Moika's suicide. And once I got there, I found evidence someone had used the time leap machine. So that was Naya's final time leap. Naya keeps staring into my eyes as her fingers crawl deeper into my wound. I bite my lip in a desperate attempt to bear the pain. My blood won't stop flowing. It collects into a puddle and stains the asphalt dark red.
この手でだ。
Revenge was all I lived for. I won't let anyone get in my way. I will kill Kiryu Moeka with my own 2 hands.
自殺なんてさせるもんか。そんな生ぬるい死に方で逃がしたりはしない。
I won't let that bitch kill herself. She doesn't deserve to go out easy.
たったそれだけのために15年もの歳月を遡ってきたのかよ。
You leapt 15 years just for that? She's insane. And it was Moeka and I who made her that way, who turned an innocent little girl into a creature of hatred starved for vengeance. We stole 15 years of her life. 15 years. I can't understand what it's like to live with such hatred for so long.
たったそれだけだと。
Just for that? Nice slender fingers pry deeper into my wound, so deep I can feel her fingers against my bone.
お前たちにとってはたったそれだけかもしれないが、私にとってはお前と桐生萌香を殺すことだけが全てなんだよ。
It might not mean much to you, but to me, killing you too means everything.
それで萌香を殺してその後はどうするつもりだ。
So you kill Moeka, but what comes next?
その後
Next?
遡ってきた15年をもう一度やり直すのか。
Are you gonna repeat those 15 years all over again?
そんなものに何の価値がある？
What do I care about those 15 years?
価値なんてないんだ。
There's nothing for me there. She does not cry. She does not sneer. Her voice is flat and emotionless as she speaks these words. There's nothing more I can say to this girl I destroyed. At last Naya lets go of my arm. She looks in disgust at her hands, now covered in my blood.
お前は今何もしなくていい。
I don't need anything from you now.
ただ怯え、後悔し続ける岡部倫太郎。15年後に私が迎えに行くときに
Just wait in fear and regret, Okabe Rintaro, until I come for you in 15 years. I'm powerless to stop her from running away. Dry laughter leaks out of my mouth. That girl's disconnected from causality just like I am. I asked her what she would do after killing Moeka. She didn't answer. The first time she lived those 15 years, all she had was revenge. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. How will she live those 15 years the second time around? Will she kill me again? Will her revenge be complete then? Or will it continue forever until she even forgets why? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain? We built a time machine out of curiosity. We were fools. If not for our meddling, CERN would not have targeted us. Maire would not have died. Suzuha would not have had to travel to the past. Ferris would not have lost her father twice. Rukako would not have had to forsake her feelings for me. And Moeka would not have killed Maire. Kurisu runs up to me. She turns pale at the sight of my bleeding arm.
あんた、その傷どうしたの？大丈夫？
What happened? Are you okay? She kneels in front of me. Worry is etched on her face.
携帯は
The phone.
持ってきたけど。
I brought it, but... Kurisu hands me FB's phone. I take it and start typing out the mail with my left hand.
説明してよ。その傷はどうしたの？
Hey, tell me what happened, will you?
救急車呼んだ方がいい？
Should I call an ambulance?
落ち着け。
Calm down.
今から D メールを送る。
I'm gonna send the D-mail now.
そうか。世界線が変わればこの傷もなくなるのかな。
Right, if the world line changes, then this wound will go away. Yes, but who cares about my wound? Tenoji's death, Moeka's death, and the damage to Nai's soul will all be undone. That's what matters. I finish the mail and take a breath. Stop search. PC unneeded. Stand by.
なあ、どうして店長は萌香を殺さなかったんだろうな。
Hey, why do you think Tenoji didn't kill Moeka?
どういうこと？
What do you mean? Any rounder who finds an IBN 5100 is silenced. No exceptions. That's what Tenoji said. In that case, the one who should have been eliminated first was Moeka. She found the IBN 5100 in the first place. And yet Tenoji cut contact with her instead. And when we exposed his true identity, he shot himself, not Moeka.
俺は思うんだ。やっぱり店長は萌香を助けたかったんだよ。
I think he wanted to save Moeka. Perhaps that's just wishful thinking. Perhaps I'm just looking for an ounce of comfort in all this suffering. Even if that was Tenoji's intention, it was meaningless. Moeka will die today, whether by her own hand or Nai's, it doesn't matter. However,
ベータ世界線ではそうなるといいな。
I hope it works out on the Better World line. They are the enemy. I should hate them for killing Mayuri. But in some sense, Tenoji, Moeka and Nai and I are all just victims of my foolish experiments. I pray that they can live normal lives, at least on the Beta World line. For their sake as well as Mayuri's, I must send this D-mail.
悪いな。ない。
Sorry, Nai. Once this D-mail is sent, this world line will be undone.
お前の復讐は果たされない。
But I can't let you have your revenge. Üble Sache, die mit Nai. The world shatters, warps, and reforms. Eventually, those sensations disappear, and color gradually returns to the world. I find myself standing in the street near the lab. The burning pain in my right arm is suddenly gone. I look down. There's no wound, no blood. Instead, I'm holding a convenience store bag with 2 bottles of Dr. P. I guess it worked. I head straight for Moeka's apartment. When I get there, Moeka opens the door normally and peeks out at me. She looks fine. No signs of despair, no blood stain by the door, no knife either.
岡部君、ここどうやって調べ？
How did you know where I...
少し時間を潰させてもらうぞ。
Let me kill some time here. I barge into the room. The hour of Moeka's death passes with no sign of Nai. The world line has changed. Moeka's right in front of me, but she sends me mail. It feels like forever since we last conversed like this. So I don't need an IBN 5100 anymore, Moeka.
必要ないとは。
What do you mean? My supervisor told me to stop looking, Moeka.
FB からストップが。
FB told you to stop. How do you know about FB? Where did you get that information? Moeka. So FB's still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I'm more interested in what Moeka's just said. FB cancelled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100? Doing your duty sets you up for disposal, so we're more like cattle than dogs. I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. If that's the truth, then maybe he really was trying to save Moeka. Live in fear and regret, Okabe Rintaro, until we meet again in 15 years. I wonder what happened to Nai. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard enough to draw blood. I won't fear you, Nai, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone, but how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stop by the Brown Tube workshop and peek in through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on and Tennoji, FB, is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. FB is still alive. His daughter, Nae, has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab. There's nobody there but Kurisu. Have you been to Kiryu Moeka's apartment? Kurisu pauses her ad-channel browsing session to look at me in confusion. Moeka-san's apartment? Never. Oh, okay. Why do you ask? It doesn't matter. Just wondering. I cut across the lounge and head straight for the development room. In the middle of that room sits the time leap machine. After a glance at the time leap machine, I scan the shelves. It's here! A large, familiar cardboard box. I was right. Inside the box is the IBN 5100, the legendary retro PC stolen from me by a twist of fate. At last, it has returned. The long battle is finally over. I did it. We can save Mayuri. Daru, where's my super hacker? I can't contain my excitement. My heart is beating like a jackhammer. He's not here. He went to Komima, remember? Oh, right. In that case, he won't return until evening. I can't wait that long. So I fire up the time machine and leap. Ja, mal eben 2 Tage zurück. As shape and color return to the world, I see Daru in front of his computer, sleepily playing an eroge. Kurisu's napping on the Kurisu's napping on the sofa. She probably just got done with her all-nighter on the time leap machine. Mari is not around. She probably went to Lukaku's to beg him to cosplay.
ダルクリスティーナ
Kurisu jerks awake.
これよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する
It's time for the final phase of Operation Verdandi. My sonorous declaration earns only blank stares. Why are they so slow?
ダル IBN5100 だ
The IBN 5100, Daru.
だから
Yeah.
だからではない IBN5100 があるのだよ
Listen to me, man. We have an IBN 5100.
そりゃあるっしょ。オカリンが持ってきたんじゃん。
Of course we do. You're the one who found it, Okarin.
そう俺が持ってきた柳林神社からな
Yes, yes, I did. I found it at Yanabayashi Shrine.
オカリン、今日はやけにテンション高くね。
Have you been drinking too much soda?
ちょっとぐらい寝かせろよ。
Let me sleep, for crying out loud. Kurisu rubs her eyes and complains. She looks dead tired.
徹夜明けなんだから。
I was up all night.
ダル一つ聞くが IBN5100 の使い方について勉強はしたか
A question, Daru. Have you researched how to use the IBN 5100?
あ、まあ一応。
What? Huh? Well, yeah, I guess.
コミマ前のクソ忙しい時期に僕って偉すぎじゃね？イギリスだったらナイトの称号もらえるレベル。
Can you believe I did it while preparing for Komima? I'm like a saint or something. They'd knight me for this in England.
ならば今日からお前のことをサースーパーハッカーと呼ぼう
Then we shall call you Sir Super Hacker.
だが断る。
Hell no.
くだらない会話は自重しろ。頭が痛くなる。
Well, you guys shut up. You're giving me a headache. If Daru knows how to use the IBN 5100, then we can hack CERN right now.
全ラボ面につける
Hear me, lab mems! Mare is not here, but that's actually more convenient.
長き戦いにいよいよ決着をつける時が来たすなわちラグナロックが開始されるのだ
Our long struggle has at last reached its climax. Ragnarok is at hand.
本作戦の概要はすなわちセルン本部の最新部に隠された極秘データを IBN5100 によるクラッキングで破壊することである
Now we must deliver the decisive blow. With the power of the IBN 5100, we shall crack CERN's most secure database and destroy it from the inside.
エシロンなる卑劣な電子機器により奴らは我らの極秘情報をかすめ取ったあまつさえそれをもとに我らを特定し我らが開発した人類の夢タイムマシンの強奪をも目論んだ
Through the cowardly apparatus known as Echelon, the enemy has acquired precious intelligence on our activities. Now they plot to steal our sacred time machine, upon which rest the hopes and dreams of all mankind.
研究機関でありながらその裏で時空の支配者の座を望み非道なるゼリーマン実験を行う奴らに今こそ正義の鉄槌を下そうではないか
Beneath its scholarly trappings, CERN is a hive of scum and villainy, of men who would sacrifice innocent souls in their quest to rule all space and time. But now we are poised to crush them with the hammer of justice.
そして真の時空の支配者がどちらなのか奴らの目にしかと刻みつけてやれ
And when we do, they will know once and for all by whose hand the wheel of fate truly turns.
戦いが終わった時世界を陰で牛耳る支配構造はついに崩壊し再構成されるだろうそう我らが望んだ混沌がついに訪れるのだ
When the sun sets upon the battlefield, the Faust system that rules the world will crumble, And from the flames a new age will rise, an age of glorious, unfettered chaos.
まあうるさい。
Ah, shut up. Kurisu gets fed up and rises from the sofa.
一体何なの？
What are you talking about?
オカリンの心の闇は誰にもわからんでござる。
Nobody can know the darkness in Okarin's heart.
そもそも設定じゃ岡部は狂気のマッドサイエンティストじゃなかった？なのになんで正義の鉄槌とか言っちゃってるんだ？
First, get your character straight. What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice?
ついカッとなってやったんじゃね？今は反省してるかも。
I guess he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. Maybe he regrets it now.
お前たちごちゃごちゃ言っていないで準備しろ。
Come on, guys, stop complaining and get ready.
準備って何ぞ？
Get ready?
だから今言っただろう。セルンへのクラッキングだ。
To crack CERN, weren't you listening?
クラッキングは良くないと思う。
I don't think that's a good idea.
なんという優等生的発言。お前は委員長か。
When did you become a goody two-shoes? Where's your ambition?
捕まりたいの？
Are you trying to get us arrested?
そういう問題ではない。
That's not the problem. I fight the urge to grind my teeth. Instead, I fix Kurisu with my stare.
俺はこのターニングポイントへ到達するためにこれまで戦ってきた。
It's taken me so long, just to reach this point.
今こそアルファ世界線を離脱しマユリを救う。邪魔をするというなら誰だろうと許さん。絶対にだ。
This is my chance to escape the Alpha World Line and save Mayuri. I won't let anyone get in my way. Anyone.
岡部。
必死すぎ。
Why so serious, man? I've got a good reason. To them, only half an hour has passed since the time leap machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Please. I bow my head deeply.
俺の願いを聞いてくれ。
Please hear me out. Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years the world will be ruled by CERN. Suzua's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Daru claps me on the shoulder, then smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb skyward.
別にあんたのためにクラッキングするんじゃないんだからね。
It's not like I'm cracking for you or anything, okay?
これはひどい。
Oh god. I burst out in laughter. Sir Super Hacker Tsundere version is here to save the day. Couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. Das war jetzt gerade auch wirklich der beste Spruch, den er bringen konnte. So, ich würde sagen, dann mache ich hier jetzt aber einen Schnitt. Ich finde, das passt jetzt gerade sehr gut von der Folgenlänge. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß, das konstruktive Kritik, da vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Das Ganze nähert sich jetzt so langsam, aber sicher der Klimax. Wir haben alle die Mails rückgängig gemacht, die rückgängig zu machen waren. Und es wird nicht mehr lange dauern. In der nächsten Folge geraten wir definitiv in Kapitel 10, würde ich sagen. Und das ist tatsächlich eine sehr interessante Sache, weil dieses Kapitel hat abhängig davon, ob man True Ending Flags hat oder nicht, einen anderen Namen. Und ist dann ein bisschen anders. Also es gibt dann Szenen, die es sonst immer nur in einer davon gibt. Und ja, es wird interessant. Insbesondere, weil wir definitiv sicherstellen werden, dass wir alle Flags auch bekommen. Wir werden aufs True Ending zugehen. Und dann, ja, werden wir sehen, wie das Ganze ausgeht. Wobei dann kommt quasi als True Ending schon fast wieder ein neues Kapitel. Das kann man ganz im Ernst so sagen. Genug davon. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Cheerio!